Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Player's View, coming to you from the Game 5 edition. Barcelona, Spain plays host tonight to Olympiacos, the third of our Game 5s here in the EuroLeague. Monaco and Fenerbahce currently finishing up in the fourth quarter on the other channel. Last night, Pana punched their ticket to go to the Final Four against yours truly. I'm sure we'll get into more of that later. Mike, I'm sure, is going to be very kind to me and understanding and empathetic because he's a great friend. But let's hear from Coach Bartzokas. Well, they should believe in themselves because Game 4 was an absolute blowout. 92-58. Olympiacos took Game 4. Game 5, however, tonight in Barcelona, no home team has ever lost Game 5 in the EuroLeague playoffs, as I'm sure you all know by now. Can Olympiacos break it? Let's hear from Coach Grimau. Well, I didn't mean to set him up like that. It sounded like he answered my question the wrong way. My apologies, Coach Grimau. Before we get too far into it, Mike, good evening, good morning in California. How's your coffee
Yeah.
today?
Coffee is piping hot right now. It's got to be hot, never cold. But first of all, before we get into anything, man, I want to just give you a nice round of applause on a great series, Jake. You personally and your team, probably the most fun series to watch. Every game was, gruesome, back and forth, neck and neck. Just a battle of great basketball players out there. And man, I applaud you. You were fantastic. I'm sorry you didn't make the Final Four. I was rooting for you personally, but I was neutral in the teams. But
Yeah.
you were great, man. Hey,
Well,
the opening
I
opening
appreciate it.
floater, right?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
A lot of emotions after what happened last night. First of all the negative ones come: regret,
yeah.
frustration, disappointment. Second straight year I've lost in Game 5. That
Mm-hmm.
doesn't feel good.
Right.
And then you think back all the plays that you didn't, do right. I should have shot this one. I should have passed here. I should all that stuff. Um, yeah, and then all the other stuff too. So, and then you take a step back, take a deep breath, and you realize, hey, we played one home game this year. We took 55 flights. We were gone 130 something days away from our families this season, and we played the second seed EuroLeague team to 5 games, and uh, we were right there. So a lot to be
Yeah.
proud of, but still the cut is relatively open today. I'm sure it'll heal like it always does, but yeah, still stings today. So gonna have to be careful on the broadcast not to get too too into my feelings or say something I might regret later. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
well,
need
as
you to
as
rein
a
me in, okay, Mike?
yeah, I got you. Well, as a player, to be honest, me being more removed, obviously, some of these cuts never heal, man. You'll always be thinking about what ifs or different scenarios. That's what we live. We're just in game mode 24 hours a day, 7 days a week when you're playing. And I even still think about some moments like that. So I'm thinking about my game 5 situation against Bayern Munich. Luckily, we were able to get the better end, but it was like down to the very last second. We played against your teammate Wade Baldwin. And just makes me think about Wade. The series is a lot different if he doesn't get injured. You guys steal game 1. I think he played a little bit after that. What was that, game 3? He tried to go for a
Yeah.
few minutes and then re-injured his hamstring. Yeah, so I mean, I applaud him for trying to get out there and play through injury. But yeah, you don't want to make things worse. You still have to finish out your season at home. But man, all I can do is applaud. It was great watching the scenes inside of Waka. Holy smokes! They had Luka Doncic tweeting right as it was happening. You guys were warming up. The crowd's going
Oh yeah.
insane. Yeah, it really caught eyes all around the world. I mean, it would have been
It
fun
was
to
loud
walk
in
through
there.
that tunnel
That's
and
for
witness
sure.
that. Yeah.
It was loud. When you come out for your opening like warm up, I'm one of the first guys out of the locker room to shoot, and
Yeah.
the whole arena was already there, and they were
Yeah.
booing me like crazy. And I gotta tell you, I think they should stop doing that because that got me so juiced. Like I was so ready to play after that. I was like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. This is like some of the best nights I'm gonna have in my life. You know, like
Yeah.
even though it didn't work out, I'm gonna remember that forever. I had it was a great atmosphere, great
Yeah.
place to play in. It would have been even sweeter to get the win, but yeah, definitely a great place to play. A great arena, great crowd.
Yeah, that's why EuroLeague basketball is, second to none in that aspect. The atmosphere, the intensity, it can't be matched anywhere in the world. So, that's enough about that game for right now. Let's dive into this. Another grueling game five. What I didn't have on my bingo card was a blowout in game four, 92 to 58. When I checked the score, I wasn't able to watch it, but when I checked the score, wow, I did not see that one coming. I thought it would be close, a battle, but okay, good for Olympiacos to just take care of business when Thomas Walkup doesn't score in 20 minutes. Also was probably not on my bingo card, but when you have a blowout, maybe you don't have to play as much, you don't have to exert as much energy. Some other guys get to play more. However, going to game five, you mentioned it, and it's been talked about so much. There has not been a road team to win a game five yet in the EuroLeague playoffs. Very tall task for Olympiacos to come in here. After the win that Barcelona got in game two, I was just so impressed because they had that never die, never quit attitude. They were down, they were struggling, and they just kept making these small little plays to stay in the game and then get back, tie it. Notably, Thomas Satoransky really stuck out in my mind. He was phenomenal in that game two win. He's been great in the series, and he's showing that he's a winner. And I really like Barcelona at home tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be the popular pick, I think, to go with the home
Yeah.
team. You got the streak on your side. Before I forget, I want to say we're going to have a guest tonight. Our boy
Yes.
Tyrese Rice joining us for the second quarter, just like we had Jonas Machulis on last time. Shout out to Tyrese for joining us. Make sure you get all your questions in on X, formerly known as Twitter, using hashtag the players view. We will be on YouTube streaming just us once again.
Yeah.
We will be trying to follow that stream as much as we can. So you can also post your questions to the YouTube stream, and we'll try to get to it. We'll be checking that chat as well. Once again, the go-to play: put the audio on the YouTube stream, put the video on the EuroLeague TV main broadcast to get the full screen. That's the
Big time.
play. You get the best broadcast. You get the best broadcast team. You get the full screen.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. We're going to have a great show tonight. I know it's going to be a great game. We got Tyrese Rice bringing you the point guard expertise. It's going to be a lot of fun. Mike, you already gave your prediction. You said Barcelona. I'll take the other
Yeah.
side. I didn't
Great.
really have a favorite coming in, but I will take the other side of the coin. Why not? Who knows? Maybe Olympiacos will be the first to do it. Who knows? Maybe Fenerbahce will be the first to do it over there in Monaco.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
that score up right now. Monaco down 4 in the fourth quarter. Going to be fun to watch that one. Who knows? Maybe they'll break the streak and we'll get some of the pressure off of Olympiacos. You talked about Thomas Walkup, Mike, not scoring in that game 4.
Yeah.
However, his series statistics stuck out to me a little bit. Only 4 points per game in this series and shooting 21% from 3. I know you love this guy. He's a personal favorite of yours. He's got the best warm-up routine, I think, in EuroLeague. Him and Papa Nicolau, the way they go at each other like it's a Oklahoma drill in football or something. But how do you explain that one?
It's hard to explain, to be honest with you. The 4 points average is hard to explain, just in the sense that he has the ball so much. He's got such a loaded roster around him that I would think he would get just easy looks, at some point in the game, whether it's a steal. He's obviously great on defense, great breakaway steal, a couple layups like that. A couple open threes because Mustafa Fall is such a good passer out of that post. Moses Wright is so active in the short roll, drawing 2-on-1s. So it's hard for me to explain. I don't know if he's thinking, I want to get everybody else involved. Okay, you're 2-2. You still have this chance. It's not like because you're not scoring, your team is at a huge deficit. Obviously, he's the playmaker, defender, kind of the engine without scoring so much. So maybe that's just how this game is going. Every game has a different personality, and this series has shown that he's not really trying to put the ball in the hole.
Yeah, worth noting that in the regular season he was averaging 8 points a game, so only half of
Mm-hmm.
that here in the playoffs. But I think perhaps in his stead, Nigel Williams-Goss has really played well, shooting the
Yes.
ball efficiently, scoring the ball well, and I think that 1-2 tandem defensively really, really tough to overcome, and a big reason why this Olympiacos defense is first in the EuroLeague in points allowed. Those two guys,
Yeah.
Thomas Walkup and Nigel Williams-Goss, they really guard. They cancel so many pick and rolls. And I think it's a big reason why that man right there, Nicolas Laprovidola, has had a little bit of a down playoff series so far. He's been averaging 12 points a game in the regular season, only 8 so far in these playoffs. He's averaging 27% from three, way down from his 40 in the regular season. And I think that has a lot to do with these Olympiacos guards, Mike.
I think in general, most people's percentage in the playoffs are going to be down just because obviously that first game you might have a little bit of new stuff that you might run, but after that, you know every play that the opponent is running, you know the calls, you know the tendencies, you just saw them 2 days prior. So nothing really is going to be new minus a few ATOs that the coach might draw up in between games. So I think overall percentages will be down, and Olympiacos, a great half-court team. Barcelona, a very good defensive half-court team, and that you're just going to end up with tough shots. And I think that's going to be all across the board that everybody will shoot a lower percentage in a series.
Well, Mike, you
Outside
already
of my
gave us
boy
your
Jake Cohen, though.
well, yeah. I wasn't going to be the one to bring it up, but I'm glad you threw that out there. I appreciate that.
There we go.
You already gave us your winner for tonight, Mike. I want to get your early prediction for MVP. We just saw the camera go to Jabari Parker. He's been excellent all season, and I think probably the
Yeah.
favorite. If there were Vegas odds on such a thing, he would be it. Who is the Michael Roll MVP tonight, Mike?
I'm going to go with Sadaransky. The guy is a winner. He's making the hustle plays. Very fast in the open court. He kind of got a few timely offensive rebounds earlier in the series to kind of save them to come back and win that game too. Not known as a pure shooter, but man, he shoots it well percentage-wise. He might hit a big three from the corner again, and he's just been solid. And so I think at the timely moments, he might make a few plays and jump out for the game MVP.
Wow. Well, I wrote that down so we're going to check on that later.
All right, we're going to check
because
that.
that's a bold pick. Sadaransky, not necessarily the kind of guy who fills up stat sheets, just really solid, does a lot of the little things. I love him as a player, but definitely did not expect him for MVP. That's why you come to the player's view. You get these unorthodox, let's say, takes.
There we go. All right, so on the flip side,
very much. You surprised me, Mike.
Yeah, if you have Olympiacos on the win, who's your MVP?
Petrusev. I think Petrusev is going to continue riding the wave. He was really good in Game 4. He's been great so far this playoff series. I think that something about the Olympiacos system and a four-man, it just seems to work. Whoever's in that position, whether it's Alec Peters earlier in the season or Petrusev now, whatever. I need to find a way to get over there, find out what they're doing. They know how to get their four-man some buckets, man.
Yeah, you're right. So thank you for everybody that's watching on X and Twitter. Get on over to YouTube TV and EuroLeague TV. We'll be interacting with you all day. Get your questions. Hashtag the player's view. All right, the tip is off. We got Thomas Walkup starting the show. Sadaransky, I need you to play great defense from the beginning so my prediction can be right.
No early foul trouble. That would be the worst thing you could do is pick up an early foul here.
Yeah.
Great job. You clapping? Why aren't you clapping, Mike? That's your boy. He has a stop on the first possession.
That's great.
Well, they do have Isaiah Cannon on him, so let's see if they, want to post up guards. We saw a lot from that in our last game we had. We saw Fenerbahce really wanted to post up Monaco guards. Let's see if Barcelona decides to take a leaf out of their book. Is that him with the foul
Yeah. Going for
on
the
a
offensive
rebound
board.
too?
I really like the hustle. He just kind of tough angle for Thomas. Oh man.
I've been playing against him for years, and he's always been a hard worker, professional. Just seems like a really good guy. So I don't want to root against him, but the fact that you picked him for MVP and he gets the early foul.
Tough. Mm.
Well, nice defense in transition there from Olympiacos, forcing a tough layup. I thought that was going to be an easy bucket for sure.
Well, as we're seeing, as you talked about the percentages before the pregame, this game is just such a heavyweight fight defensively, and nothing's going to be easy. You see Jabari Parker going all the way down for the layup prior. Sadaransky, the great defense on Isaiah Kennan, the one-on-one. We've had a bunch of misses. Dude's legs are super tired. This is game 5. Nothing new. You're running the same plays. So to that effect, Jake, I wanted to ask you about that. It's game 5. Did you guys put in any new wrinkles for the game? Did you notice Panathinaikos put in anything new?
I didn't notice anything different from them X's and O's wise in game 5. We didn't put in much. We had an Israeli League game on Saturday, which was not ideal, let's say, because Pana did not have to play over the weekend. Similarly, Olympiacos did not play this weekend, and Barcelona did. So that is something to watch, surely, in terms of legs and stuff like that. But in terms of X and O's, no, not a whole lot different. It's just, comes down to execution and little things, that sort of thing. And all the other stuff that I can't talk about.
Those are just as much part of the game.
Unfortunately.
We'll leave it at that.
Oh, nice pass. Beautiful, beautiful find there. Lapro with the very Euro, or should I say South American, heady cut off the ball from that corner. One of the best places to cut when you're an offensive player is when the ball's in that corner. Everyone's got their head turned. There's a lot of guys, a lot of space behind defenders' eyes when the ball's in there. So good place to cut from. A little trick for all the kids listening out there to the player's view here tonight. Good foul.
Just like that, Thomas walk up. Second personal foul, though.
Ooh, okay. I didn't realize that. Perhaps not such a good foul then.
Yeah.
Maybe it's better to stay on the floor, Thomas.
Yeah. I think your team needs you a little bit more than you need to make that foul in transition.
All right, so that's going to be a quick sub for Thomas Walkup. Nigel Williams-Goss comes in and immediately forces him right into the big fella. Perhaps part of the game plan for Olympiacos, part of the reason their defense is so solid. Those guards can be super aggressive, knowing the big fellas behind them, whether it's Fall or Milutinov or even Moses Wright, big-time rim protector. All part of the Olympiacos defensive juggernaut that they are.
And I'll tell you what, Barcelona's defense, they seem like they're everywhere. They're getting their hands in the passing lane. They're deflecting a lot. A couple turnovers already. Over 3 minutes, Olympiacos scoreless. Not like it's going crazy on the other side. Only 2-0. But, man, you can see that this game is going to be a defensive battle.
Yeah, a lot of contested shots so far from both sides. I think you got to try to go inside maybe, both teams. I'd like to see Mustafa Fall get some touches. He's a really good passer out of the post. You can run some good post-out actions. But for Barcelona, these are the two that you want to play. Lapro and Vesely, they have such a great connection between those two. Vesely has that short roll. He's got that mid-range jumper. He's a good passer. And, of course, he's a lob threat. When he does decide to put his head on the rim, he can certainly finish up there. So those are the two guys I want to be running the show for Barcelona right now. But Olympiacos, let's see if we can't get the ball inside of the big fella and and get something easy.
Yep.
Well, that works too. Not to fall, but that's going inside.
Just like that, a beautiful UCLA cut. That's what Olympiacos specializes in. I think the weak side cut, off ball cuts. We're going to have to get a lot of that if shots really aren't falling. Okay.
Yeah, here we go. Give the big fella a touch.
Another
Barcelona,
turnover.
nice job on those rotations, man. Impressive stuff. So they double the post there. You saw that from the middle guy, and then just able to scramble out of it. Really, really tough to do. And that is Fall's second block there on the other end. He's cleaning everything up inside.
To note, in game 4, we saw Mustafa Fall and Milutinov play, both of them heavy minutes. No Moses Wright. So something to keep an eye on. We don't have any word that he was injured, so maybe Coach Bartzokas just going with his two main guys. Moses Wright transferred to the club early in the season or midway through the season, so maybe he's not going to be a three-headed monster for Olympiacos as Lapro gets his third attempt to finally drop. You can hear the crowd's relief.
Yeah, Lapro took the lid off the rim. Let's hope that opens up the floodgates now. But I think, I wasn't able to watch game 4 either, but looking at, Mustafa Fall was terrific in that game 4. I think like 15 points in 14 minutes. And then Milutinov was plus 34 or something in his 20 minutes. So perhaps the other two big guys were just playing so well that Fall wasn't. But here comes the flurry now from Barcelona. I told you that rim is off. And now they're throwing rocks into the ocean, Mike. Looks easy out there.
Hey, once a shooter sees the ball going once, they think they're hot. That's exactly what Lapro is. Anytime you see the ball going, even if it's just a free throw, you're trying to get it up quickly. There he has a nice take foul as they were scrambling. But he's got the 8 for Barcelona, so Laprovitola 8, Olympiacos 2 in our first timeout. We're going to get to the Final Four promo. We'll be back right after this. All right, and there you have it. Berlin 2024. Just right this way. We got the Final Four ball from Cologne, Germany. I was hoping that you were going to get the Berlin, Germany ball, Jake. Man, it would have been good for the show if there's a season 3. You could have taped it right there on the wall behind you in Menor Miftachim Arena.
I'm gonna go steal one, or I'll find a way.
That's great. That is phenomenal. Actually, so I got that ball that's up there right now for a gift when we arrived to the Final Four. And then at the beginning of our season of the Players View, we got the EuroLeague basketball notepads, and they also sent another ball, which was the same Cologne, Germany ball, Final Four stamped. And I was like, wow,
no
okay,
way.
now I got two. Yeah. I was like, oh my goodness, but that's cool.
Well, but maybe they just knew that you were there. Like, oh, he deserves another one.
Right. Right.
I can't remember
100
if they
extra.
I can't remember if they sent me the same ball. That'd be funny if I have a Cologne, Germany Final Four ball now too.
Yeah.
I think it might take away some of the specialness if I have it also.
All right, something to note. So season 3 of the Players View, we'll talk about who's got what.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's Vesely's shot though.
Yeah. I was going to say, even though he missed it, that's the action if you're a Barcelona fan. Lapro and Vesely, a side pick and roll. Vesely, great mid range shooter, really improved there. Obviously, a couple years ago, he was a terrible free throw shooter, but has worked on that so much, has become a very efficient free throw shooter. And I think that has extended his range on his jump shot. So, what a tool.
Well, now that Vesely's out, Mike, let's see if Barcelona switches up their defense because he was really hedging aggressively. Oh, nice job,
Mm-hmm.
nice hands from Rubio. He was really hedging aggressively all the way to half court. Second steal, man,
Yeah.
got quick hands. Um, but I don't think Hernan Gomez is going to be doing the same sort of
No.
hedging. Let's see what they do with him, a drop or a flat sort of thing.
Yeah, both have their attributes, but Willie not nearly the mobility that Vesely has. Vesely's moves like a guard, just so much longer. So you almost don't want him to switch on to you if you're a guard because he's going to cover so much more ground and he can move his puppies, slide with you. That's definitely not a matchup that I want to see if I'm a guard.
Well, that was some good high-low action. The pass was just a little too low for Milutinov, so he wasn't able to
Yeah.
finish it. But we're seeing some really thorough and complete defensive possessions from both sides here. And also, I think worth noting, I jinxed myself. I was about to say there haven't been too many offensive rebounds with all these misses, and then right on cue, Ricky Rubio gets a steal off a defensive rebound that last
Yeah.
possession, and then gets the offensive rebound this time. So, even though he's at the point guard position, getting extra
Mhm.
possessions for his guys, that's
Yeah.
big time.
That's what he's there for. Obviously, not going to be much of a scorer for Barcelona, but if you anytime you can get your players open shots, easy layups, or extra possessions, it's really going to add to the total. And with this Barcelona roster, I think it's just if you're Ricky Rubio, you want to get your team in his best position as possible, just like that. Willie, great finish, but what a find by Ricky Rubio.
Yeah, nice possession there. They run, the empty corner pick and roll on one side. Lapro gets into the paint where he's so dangerous, and then it's just closeout basketball.
Hmm.
Really tough to
Hmm.
guard.
Hmm.
I think you got to try to keep Lapro out of the paint because once he sucks in your defense that far, it's really hard to play good closeouts after that. Oh, was that a little nutmeg between the legs, Mike? I couldn't see.
We're going to have to see that again. But
So
let's
McKissick's
talk
going to
about
go
that
to the
drive.
line.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Oh, go ahead.
He's smart enough to draw the foul on Lapro. Questionable call. He kind of contorted his body. Mikisic, I'm talking about, kind of yells. Laprovitola not happy with the call, very upset with it, but that's his second foul now. So he's going to have to sit for a while, which is a really big plus for Olympiacos. And McKissic coming off a great win, 21, 6, and 2 in 27 minutes in that game 4 win. He's the type of athlete and he's got that type of game that if he really gets it going, his activity and motor can really separate them and get them going. So we talk about the Olympiacos second unit so often. He's a main catalyst for that.
Well, looking at that game 4, it looked like the lineup with Petrushev, Milutinov, and McKissick were the real game
Yeah.
changers because all those guys had over plus 30 plus
Yeah.
minuses. As we take a look at this foul, I think the referees are going to go check
Hmm.
it, and I'm sure
Yeah.
that's going to be an unsportsmanlike because of it
Yeah.
being off the ball. Um, so I'm sure we'll be able to take a listen into the referees if and when they go check this.
Yeah. I think it's very smart. I'm in agreement with you. Definitely an unsportsmanlike foul. But Coach Bartzokas took note exactly what you said. Petrushev, Milutinov, and McKissic in now. I would say even a little bit earlier than he tends to. But he noticed, it was a struggle for Olympiacos to score. McKissic comes in right away, gets to the free throw line. Here we have Milutinov getting his hands on the ball, out for a steal. Let's listen to the referees. Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't think we have that audio. We can only assume that they're agreeing with us. After all, they would be crazy not to. Just like we said, never disagreed with a ref ever. Let's talk about the hat, Mike. We got a couple free throws now.
Yeah, yeah,
What's going on there? This is just shamelessly
yeah,
plugging your 9 to 5.
yeah,
What's going on here?
yeah. No shame. It's my venture firm, CNR Capital. It's what I do now. So for all you athletes that are watching, anybody that I know I'm friends with, get in touch with me. I got a lot popping off, a lot of very good stuff. So
So
could
if
be
you
your
happen to
next
have an
career.
extra million or two lying around, it's not doing anything. Make sure you
Not
give
by
Mike a
any
call. He can
means.
put it to good use.
Not like that. I'm here for the everyday people. That's what
All
I am.
right, right,
Yeah,
right. Blue collar guy, salt of the earth,
exactly.
Michael Roll.
Salt to the earth is right. Always looking to help everybody out.
Was that another Ricky Rubio steal down at the other end, Mike? I was too busy giving you a hard time.
It was that Petrusev tried to force the foul call from the referee, kind of falling out of bounds. Yeah, I think it ended up in Rubio's hands. Coach Bartzokas should have a camera on him at all times for this game.
Yeah, the drama from the coaches in EuroLeague is always something special. We missed it when we were doing the show, Mike, when Obradovic fell to the ground after Nick Kalathis got
Yes,
the free throw
yes.
rebound.
Yeah. I saw that afterwards and I was dying. That was
I don't know
so good.
I don't know how we missed that. That was incredible stuff. He was every Monaco fan was exactly like that. Oh, Rubio again. He's everywhere.
Wow.
Jakubaitis gives him a hug. That's how much he loves it. That's great. Oh, just really caught him by surprise.
Yeah.
Petrusev not used to. Well, I assume he saw his guy isn't close to him, so he could relax bringing the ball up the court.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Rubio, like a cat, just pounced on him half court. Okay, we do have a jump ball. That's good. Olympiacos got good chances here to get it back, but
Yeah.
we need our referee consultant to tell us about the 8-second rule. If Olympiacos gets possession here, do they need to cross in a
Oh,
hurry?
wow. Great point. I didn't even think about that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
See,
they knew
very
it. So good
smart.
tip. Wow, great tip by Petrusev. And I
Goaltending.
am. Well, I'll let you say it. I'll let you say it.
Oh, and a tech coming. I
Well, I
like
remember
it.
when I played in Spain. When I played in Spain for Obradorio, if there, you didn't even have to like smack the backboard hard. If you just touched it and the guy shot a layup, it was like
Yeah.
automatic goaltending. And
Yeah.
Jabari Parker, being
Clearly.
American, that's what we do. We smack the glass, even if we don't. We don't get it because in the states in college and stuff, no one calls that goaltending.
Right. Right.
So that is part of the culture change that Americans need to go through. Something I learned in Spain very quickly, and I'm sure that's why the Olympiacos fans are as upset as they are because
Mm.
he smacked the hell out of the backboard on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's clearly shaking the rim as Nigel Williams-Goss, his layup attempt is going in or trying to go in at least. So I think the referees did miss that one, but I will give them credit. They did not call the technical on McKissic after for smacking the ball down like that, kind of showing up the referee. So one mistake, but one great answer to that and not giving the technical foul.
Oh, Milutinov doing what he does best. Wade Baldwin earlier in the year
Wow.
said Milutinov is the best offensive rebound in the league. and
Hmm.
gonna have to put him right up there in that conversation. Of course, Josh Nebo, gets a lot of consideration as well. But wow, look at this final score at the end of the first quarter. 4 field goals to 3 field goals in American football, 12-9. I am sure no matter what, we're going to have a close game going forward. We will take a break, look at the first quarter highlights, and we will be back for the rest of this Game 5 action. All right, welcome back. A 12-9 lead at the end of the first quarter. Those percentages on the screen tell the story. The only big numbers you see are the rebounds and the turnovers. 6 turnovers in that first quarter for Olympiacos. That is not going to make Coach Bartzokas happy. But the host, they got a 3-point lead. You know, it might be ugly. We knew it was going to be a slugfest, Mike, but a 3-point lead, I think, largely on the back of that man in the first quarter. He was tremendous on the defensive end, also an offensive rebound to boot. What do you think of that first quarter, Mike?
Actually, high level basketball. Great defense both ways. Very tough jumpers being forced. I think the Olympiacos second unit comes in Milutinov, Petrusev, McKissic. Now we see Larry out there, Larenzakis. We're gonna see if they're gonna stick to their identity and really get things going. But I thought those three, the original three, kind of gave them a spark to get back into it. Just would love to see a little bit more shot making, but I get it. It's game 5. Legs are tired. You know every play. You're not going to be able to get to the rim. So I think the sneakiness of Ricky Rubio and his defense, the delayed break steal, and then the steal on Petrusev where he tied him up, phenomenal plays. You got to make these little plays to get this type of win.
Well, speaking of little plays, look at Alex Abrines getting on the floor, getting them the possession back after the low pass from
Yeah.
Jakubaitis. We've seen that set a lot from Barcelona, that empty corner stack pick and roll, and then the beautiful find there into the big fella with the nice finish from Hernan Gomez.
But in the other game 5 action, Jake, before we get to it, it is 80-79 with Fenerbahce leading, less than 3 seconds left, and it looks like there's a jump ball. Nick Lathis just hit a three to go up 1. How about that?
Oh, the bald eagle gives them a one
Yeah.
point lead. Yeah, so maybe Fener's going to be the first team to break the curse. Got to think that would help Olympiacos when they find that out at halftime. Take some of the pressure
Right.
off them. They don't have to worry anymore. A
Wow.
beautiful move by Parker.
What a drop step.
That's gorgeous. You know, I think Alec Peters is planning for the fadeaway. Jabari Parker
Yeah.
known for that
Yeah.
little post spin and fadeaway shot, so he's really pressed up. And then that extra little step through and spin from Parker. Great counter. That's the classic like double bluff, the counter move. Really, really tough to guard.
The counter to the counter.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh man,
That just can't
Abrines is
happen.
really doing a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're Olympiacos, can't happen. You cannot let Alex Abrinas get in there and get an offensive rebound.
Nice pass. Jakubaitis is really, really passing the ball nicely. He had the one low pass that Abrines got back to him, but he's given the ball to the big fella in the perfect spots. And then Hernan Gomez, such a good finisher in there. He's really good with both hands, can finish in the roll or with that little baby hook that we saw before. All right. Well, Fenerbahce takes it. Papagiannis wins the tip off the jump ball. Whew. All right. So it only took 19 tries, I think, for the road teams to finally get a win, but Fenerbahce is going to punch their ticket and they will meet Pana in one semifinal. Real Madrid waiting for the winner of this one. Berlin, 3 out of the 4 teams have their ticket punched. It's going to be a good time, but we are not finished here. Barcelona got a 9-point lead, jumped out to a good start of the second quarter. Shortly, we'll be able to bring Tyrese Rice on, get some of his takes. I want to hear what he thinks of Ricky Rubio in particular and these Jakubaitis passes. If there's any guy who knows how to put the ball in the pocket for the big fella, it's Tyrese. So he should be here joining us shortly.
Wow, we got the jumping in the stands. We don't typically see the most lit atmosphere in terms of fan support like that. Paulo Granell can definitely get sold out and gets loud, but you don't see the fans jumping around like that in Barcelona often. So they know what this game means to get El Clasico in a semifinal of the EuroLeague. Added motivation to try to take it to your arch rivals.
For sure, good arena. Always like playing in there.
Yeah.
And I know Game 5, it's going to be jumped. All right, I got word that Tyrese is here with us. So let us welcome EuroLeague champion, Euro Cup champion, Final Four MVP, Euro Cup MVP. His resume is too long to list. Tyrese Rice, welcome back to the Players View, my man.
My God, how you doing?
I am all right. I'm happy to be here with you guys. Nothing makes me feel a little bit better than just watching some hoops with my boys. You know what I mean?
I hear that. I ain't gonna lie. I would rather you be in the Final Four, but it's all
Yeah,
good.
me too.
We'll
I
do
would
it.
ignore you guys in a second if it meant we were in the Final Four.
Yes,
But
yes.
we make do with what we have. How you doing, Reese? What do you think of this first quarter that we got here tonight?
We're gonna have a good one. We'll have a good one. I got to be honest. I got a little caught up watching Fenerbahce and Monaco. They had a man came down. Nick hit some big
give us
shots.
your thoughts on that one, then.
Big threes. Nick made 2 big threes to win the game. Man, he made one to win it, and then they got the stop that they needed and finished the game. Man, 80-79. It was nice. I couldn't turn it off. I was trying to.
Yeah, I was watching it too, actually, on my phone while doing this broadcast, and I was shocked that Monaco did not give it to Mike James on the last play. It was a good option, Elia Kobo with the pick and roll, but it tried to split the double team, and somebody kicked it. I think it was Papagiannis, hits his foot. But that's why you have Mike James. He's the all-time leading scorer. He's the bucket in EuroLeague. That's got to be his time to have the ball. Less than 20 seconds with your season on the line.
He's probably the MVP of the league.
Yeah.
No, I'm shocked is an understatement, especially being that he got the mismatch that he wanted.
Yes.
The possession before, and he walked down the lane for an easy floater just the possession before. So it's like he comes down, he gets to switch again. He went and hunted the switch, gets to switch again, and he didn't give him the ball. And I got a problem with that. I couldn't. I wouldn't want to be me in that locker room in that situation. Let me just say that, because we're gonna have real problems.
Problems. Not going to be a good situation. However,
No,
at this game, let's talk about it, Reese. So it's Game 5. Everybody knows the plays that you're going to be running, where you want the ball. It's a lot of contested jumpers. Both are playing great defense. So very little of this, fast break turnovers. But you got to make them work for every point. So legs are heavy. You had a strenuous 2 games per week for 2 weeks. Jake, you mentioned it. I believe Olympiacos had the weekend off in their domestic league, but Barcelona had to play. So guys are tired. So you just got to – it's all about execution at this point and really trusting your teammates.
Yeah, it's very tough in a Game 5 in this kind of environment, especially being that Barcelona had to play anyway. We know that my guys on the Greece, they're gonna cater the the regular season schedule for the guys in the playoffs. Um,
Mhm.
and so, for Barcelona, it's just you at home, bring that energy and be ready. Somebody for Olympiacos is gonna have to step up and have a big night, and pretty much lead the team.
Well,
For sure.
possession before, Ricky Rubio gets his fourth steal, and then the run out. To have 4 steals
Wow.
in the first 15 minutes of the game that he didn't start is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. 4 steals is crazy, but
But
it's
Barcelona's
that
getting
honestly
all the
not.
50-50s so far. All the loose balls, all the offensive rebounds. Barcelona is really winning the activity battle tonight. Whatever it is, offensive rebounds, steals, loose balls, they're all over the floor tonight.
One thing's for sure, shot making has not been at a premium. I see. Um, that's what kind of comes with that Game 5 energy. Is you might be a little antsy, maybe a little anxious. You want it so bad that maybe some of the things that you would normally do mechanically aren't the same. But it only takes for somebody to start making shots to get that energy out there, and once that happens, other guys may start making shots.
Oh
Yeah, you
man,
see
all this
that the
flopping.
extracurricular right there. Yeah, I mean, Vesely is seemingly always involved in some type of little extra scuffle, pulling of the shoes, standing up. I liked Larry looking down, but I like the answer from Vesely too. It's just extra chippy out there. That's what playoff basketball is all about.
Tough finish.
La, La
Tough
Provitola
finish.
having a great first half.
Uh, he won them a game over the weekend. He had a big game over the weekend
Yeah.
in that domestic league, and he's a guy that will definitely be in the building in a big moment, and whether that's in the right way or the wrong way, he's gonna be there, and that's a guy that you need and that you could trust, um, in big moments.
Well, I think the only bright spot so far for Olympiacos has been the play of Milutinov, and I didn't like the last possession on that McKissick drive. He had Milutinov sealing against
Yes.
Jakubaitis in the middle of the paint
Mhm.
and just puts his head down and drives. You gotta give the ball to the big fella under the rim there. It's either going to be a dunk or it's going to be a foul. Just
Yeah.
perhaps a little bit uncomfortable with throwing that high low, but yeah, he's been right on cue.
Ooh.
Thank you, big fella. Make me look good. That's a beautiful little short roll dish. Great cut though from the corner. Credit to McKissick. The timing on the cut was perfect as well.
Yeah, you mentioned it
Yeah.
already, Jake. That corner cut seemingly always gets somebody open. If they're going to help on the short roll, that Milutinov is such a good passer out of, which is rare because he's such a big body and he seems so heavy, man. He can move and he can catch. You see him in the drop there. He's good at operating in the gray space on both offense and defense.
The gray space. I like that, Mike.
Nice.
I'm gonna
Wearing the
write that one
coach's hat
down. Hold
today.
on.
Yeah.
The gray space. I like that.
Mhm. It's gonna be
But look at
very
that. He
very
catch.
important. Ooh, that's tough. Go ahead, Jake.
I was
Sorry about
saying
that.
the replay showed Milutinov catches it under control. He's not like going to the rim no matter what, like a lot of big guys do. They think, okay, I got this pass on the roll. I'm going to put my head down on the rim no matter what, and that's how you get charges. But he catches the ball with 2 feet under control, able to find that corner cut, and that is textbook European basketball right there. The corner cut off the short roll with the 45 drop into the corner. I think that is the first thing every European coach does in 5-on-0 on August
Mhm.
1st when you get to training camp.
August
How
1st.
much do
That's
you
sick.
think August 1st is crazy? August 1st. How
Oh
much do
boy.
you
I
think? How long do you think it took Jokic to get Aaron Gordon to start cutting from the corner on that
mm,
short roll?
The way he cuts off the ball, he seems to have a feel for it. I don't know how much that's Jokic just like teaching him, but he does seem to have a knack for it because he cuts from weird places too, and it's perfect. Like he'll
Yeah,
cut,
yeah.
like Jokic will cut it on a short roll at the elbow. He'll be at the other elbow, and he still knows to cut at the right time. So
Yeah,
I'll give Aaron Gordon credit. He seems to have a good knack for it. And when you're an athlete like that, it makes it pretty easy too.
yeah, yeah. I was one of my good friends was able to do some work with him when he first came out for the draft, and he wanted to be like a three man. It's like, oh, I want to play the three. I want to play three, and we have some conversations with him like, oh, if you play the stretch four, you will be a lot more effective. Glad he came around to it. Early in the career, he wanted to play a lot more three, handle the ball, things like that, and I think his better years have been as a stretch four and a cutter and a slasher.
Well, that's
Yeah, I
why it's
agree.
important to have good advice around him.
Yeah, and similar to his previous U of A counterpart, Derek Williams. He came out of college.
Yes.
He was fighting it. He wanted to be the three in the league, try to play the three. I got to be the
Mhm.
guard, but I always thought he was a better stretch four, really active. And you see, as soon as he got over here in Europe, played at the four, especially his first year in Munich, man, he was like an isolation specialist
Yeah.
operating at the four.
Yeah. Um, Unfortunately, I was a part of some of those Munich games, and we definitely had no answer for him.
Yep, yep.
Well, I think these offensive rebounds for Barcelona and these extra possessions, thanks to Ricky Rubio steals, are going to be the story of this first half. I mean, no offensive team has been able to create too much in the half court, but those extra possessions, especially tonight when the shots aren't falling, are going to be huge. And Milutino's been a big part of that for Olympiacos. Barcelona, obviously, Rubio's gotten a few extra possessions, but you heard Bartzokas shouting out De Silva, and I thought Abrines was great too. Had an offensive rebound and a few loose ball 50-50 gathers for Barcelona. I think that's going to be a big part of this game going forward.
I
No,
think
if
it's
you're
very
if you're
important that Olympiacos continues to play through their bigs,
Mhm.
especially since they're not making a lot of shots right now. Continue to play through the bigs. Maybe the bigs attract some attention and they can get some kickouts to some easy looks. And once it
Oh,
gets going, it can
Vesely's
get going.
everywhere.
Ooh, that was nice.
Oh, nice pass.
Okay,
Wow.
that was nice. Quick behind the back, nice pass. That was nice.
These are
That
the
was
type of
nice.
plays that win you ball games. So for Olympiacos, I would say was lucky to be down four at that point. Here they get the extra 50-50 ball, Jake, which you just said earlier that Barcelona was getting all of them. This changed. This was the first hustle play that I'd say Olympiacos got. Beautiful dime by Isaiah Cannon. And let's
With the
just put a
twinkle
little more
toes on the
flash on it.
sideline.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
nice.
Put a little more flash for the up and under with the left. But okay, if you're an Olympiacos fan, you haven't had a great first half. Your offense really been stagnant. You've given up some, like you mentioned, the four steals to Ricky Rubio, and you're only down two right now. So I think you're sitting pretty if you're Olympiacos.
Yeah, I'm optimistic. I'm very
Nice.
optimistic because I had if I'm an Olympiacos coach, fan, player, whatever, I got 6 turnovers in the first quarter. Yeah, I'm shooting poorly, to put it kindly,
Yeah.
from two and from three, and I'm right there in the game. I feel really good about where we are, and you heard Cannon say that. I love that vet leadership in the timeout. Hey, we're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. Don't worry. That's great. That's exactly the kind of thing I would say.
Traditionally, this is like a Olympiacos type of game. Low scoring,
Yes.
tough defense. A little hectic. Not a lot of shots being made, but just kind of positioning themselves to be in it in the end and letting their main guys go out there and win games for them. We've seen them do this a lot, over the sake of our career. Obviously, they had Spanulis out there, so that makes things a lot easier, and Slukas as well. So let's see how it goes for them in this situation.
Well, another offensive rebound for Olympiacos. They had a 2-for-1 opportunity there if they wanted it. Chose to use the full possession. So Barcelona is probably going to have the last shot of the half. They try to stretch. All right, Tyrese, you get to put on your coaching hat right here. What are you drawing up for this end of half play here?
I think I would look for something to get Vesely in the middle of the paint and let him make that decision. Being that Olympiacos has been stepping out on their pick and rolls, maybe I put a Abrinas in the game, for this possession. We know that he'll hit a big shot if they need it. Put him opposite corner, hit Vesely there, get a cutter. Hopefully, you can get Abrinas or Laprovitola, somebody on the weak side for a three ball, and we go into the half with some momentum, especially if he makes it.
All right. Well, I just checked over to the YouTube stream, said we'd be doing that, and got a question from the stream. Who would be the best coach out of the three of us? Speaking of coaching hats.
That's
I'm
good.
gonna
That's
give
a good one, actually.
my nod to Tyrese. He's working with the youth, helping everybody develop. You're the point guard. You have
point
the most
guards already
brains
have
out
it
there.
easy.
So, yep.
Point guards are made to be
I,
coaches. They've been
I,
coaching their whole career on the court, so it's just a natural progression. Look at all the great coaches that come from the point guard position. Yeah, Tyrese gets the nod from me.
I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it, but hey, y'all have a different type of patience than I have. Maybe that's good and bad. I don't know, but maybe,
Coach
maybe
needs
I
to be
don't
a
know.
little
Maybe that's
fiery
good and
too.
bad. Yeah, that's why I said maybe it's good and bad. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I appreciate
Yeah,
that. I
the
definitely would
players
not see
would
neither one of you guys.
walk all
Oh,
over Mike. He would just be a doormat. So definitely not Mike.
Fair enough. Are you
I
saying
don't
I'm
know,
a
man.
nice guy?
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm
All
saying.
right. All right.
I think
Great.
he's saying you too nice. He's saying it's
Yeah.
almost like you're saying you too nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jake, I don't know, man. I don't know, Jake. They haven't seen the fire in you yet. I don't know. As a coach, might be something totally different. Good defense right
Well,
there by Olympiacos.
they haven't seen it on the player's view, but maybe if they've been watching me play, they've seen it a little bit. But that will conclude our first half. An absolute heavyweight slugfest here for us tonight. A 2-point lead for Barcelona taking into half. I want to say thank you very much to Tyrese for joining us. We always appreciate his insight.
I
Tyrese, before
appreciate
you
you guys for
go,
having me.
let's get an interview and then we'll hear from Tyrese. Yeah, well, he hit on all the right points. I think they're in very good shape, but they're playing great defensively. Got to pick it up offensively. We'll hear from Lapro, and then we'll hear from Tyrese. All right, so before we say goodbye to Tyrese, we need to get your prediction for tonight, Reese. Who takes this one, and who's your MVP? And then you can say goodbye to the good folks out there.
Ooh. This is a tough one. This is a very tough one. Um, I'm gonna say Barcelona gets the win. I'm gonna say that they go on a good little run in the fourth quarter, middle of the fourth quarter, get up, 7 or 8 points, and they kind of just carry it from there. Laprovitola comes up big in that moment, ends the game with 20 points and the MVP, and Barca goes to the Final Four.
There you have it. We'll take our break for halftime, and we'll see you for the rest of the game. Thanks again, Reese.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we're back. 27-25, Barcelona leading Olympiacos in Spain. Thanks to Tyrese for joining us there for the second quarter. A little bit late as the Fenerbahce Monaco game was so exciting. He wanted to stay and watch that. We talked about it briefly, but yeah, Nick Calathis, wow, the bald eagle coming up huge, hitting a three to go up by one, then diving on the floor to get the ball as Elie Kobo is splitting the pick and roll, forces the tie-up, which Papagiannis wins, and Fenerbahce punches their ticket to Berlin, Germany. I am actually shocked. Shocked at many things. One, that Mike James didn't have the ball in his hands at the very end of the game. That's why he's on the team. That's why you pay him all that money. I wonder what that locker room is like. Let's hear from Coach Grigomau. That's all you can do is keep going. You want open shots. I thought they got them. They moved the ball well. If you're Barcelona, just didn't drop. Outside of La Provitola, not many made shots. Luckily, you have Nico making threes, making plays at the rim. We said it before. Dudes are tired. Legs are heavy. You just got to operate. You got to do the things to win the game that aren't normal. Let's hear what Coach Bartzokis has to say.
Well, you heard about the shooting struggles of Olympiacos. 1 from 9, actually, Coach, with the 8 turnovers to go with it. 6 of those in the first quarter, however, so they settled down a little bit in that second quarter. But yeah, not a whole lot of offense between these two sides. Half of Barcelona's offense is from Nico from Lapro. 13 points out of the 27. That's not bad. Mike's MVP pick, however, nowhere to be found, unfortunately. Nothing personal against Sadaransky. I love him as a player. I just like when I can prove
he's
doing
the things that don't show up in the stat sheet. Stopping
the
ball early, the pickup
assists.
point.
He has 2 assists and 2 steals. Ricky Rubio really shined, I thought, in that first half on the defensive end. 4 steals, 2 assists. 4 points to go with it. He was tremendous. But Olympiacos is going to need anything offensively, because they just could not find a way to manufacture quality looks on that offensive end, whether it was Jan Vesely hedging out to half court and getting them totally out of their stuff, or even when Hernan Gomez was in, they were unable to attack in a viable way, except really Milutinov short roll. We saw one time that was good offense. He had some good some good offensive rebounds. You know he does that well. But Barcelona on the other end, that man right there, Vesely, also really active. Got his hands on a lot of balls. And when you're not shooting the ball well, winning that offensive rebound battle is going to be a big thing, and I think something that we need to pay very close attention to in this second half, Mike, because I think that could be the difference tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be coming down to the small things that keep you in the game. And then when big-time players step up and make big-time shots, some people are remembered forever by these key moments in big games. So maybe it's not Final Four status of the EuroLeague, but hey, if you hit a bomb in the Game 5 on the road, if you're an Olympiacos guy, you'll be remembered forever. Just something to keep our eye on. But Olympiacos only down 2. You know, all the things that we talked about, 1 for 9 from 3. I think they could have got better 3 shots. You know, Isaiah Cannon was launching from deep. Maybe something more out of the flow. Thomas Walkup went out of the game so early with those 2 fouls. Maybe he can get the team in a little bit of a better rhythm, kind of run some longer plays, something like that. Let's see if they drop it down low early to Mustafa Fall and kind of operate with their split cuts and curls and things like that to try to loosen up their proximity inside the paint.
Well, we are in our final 20 minutes of the EuroLeague quarterfinals. We had I think, unprecedented quarterfinal series of series, if I can say that. 3 game fives, 1 went to overtime. We got a good one for you here today. Make sure you guys get your questions in, whether it's on the YouTube stream or on Twitter, on X, using hashtag #ThePlayersView. We want to hear from you guys. You can give us your thoughts about the Fener-Monaco game earlier if you want. Speaking of tough shots, Barcelona starts the half with a really tough one. I think worth noting, Petrosev getting the start for Olympiacos in the second half, despite Alec Peters having a good first half. He was one of the lone bright spots in that first half. You saw his stats were solid.
That was the great play from Olympiacos. Really got the ball moving side to side. Just something that you got to convert. Isaiah Cannon with the runner. Yeah, you see him clap his hands in frustration. That was probably the easiest shot he's going to have all night. You got to get those to drop.
What do you make of that substitution from Coach Bartzokas with Petrosev in for Peters, Mike?
Really not much. He's probably trying to give a different look. He only scored 25 points. Maybe just one change in the starting lineup will bring a better flow. I wouldn't even read much into it. I'm sure those guys aren't either. They're so locked into trying to win in the game that it's not a big deal. I think you have to make some type of change. You only scored 25 points.
Oh, Vesely. Oh, and that would have been a big and one to get it to go. Vesely out running the show. He gets the steal. He brings the ball up. He finds the mismatch. Getting the post against Isaiah Cannon. He says to Kalinic, forces the help, kick to the weak side, and Satoransky attacking the closeout against the big fella Fall, almost with the 3-point play.
Yeah.
This is the start of an MVP half, Mike.
I wouldn't doubt it. To get the MVP, you have to have a better second half than first. So if Lapro goes quiet and Thomas gets it going in the second half, man, you got to give the nod to Satoransky.
I'm taking a look at the YouTube comments here, and I think 33% are in Greek, 33% are in Turkish. So not a whole lot for me to do with those. Unfortunately, our translator is not working tonight. So help me out and put your comments in English. But, man, what a tough finish there from Isaiah Cannon. He misses the easy floater, the uncontested one, and he makes that. Basketball is a weird game.
What a crazy game. But at first when he was driving, I thought it was just kind of him selling the foul. But he took a pretty good shot there from Kalinic on the drive. So Isaiah Cannon, the shooter, anytime you see the ball go in, you might be hot. Now he sees it go in twice. Only down one. Look for him to shoot a long three. And if that goes in, then Barcelona better watch out.
No surprise, Thomas Walkup is on the ball, tasked with covering Lapro. But that's what we talked about. That's what we talked about. That Jan Vesely little short roll to the elbow. Oh, I just lost lights. Hold on, give me a second, Mike.
All right, so Jake is joining us from the arena
security
in
guard
Tel Aviv.
must have forgot. He must have forgot I was in the coach's room. Shut off the lights on me. Come on, man. We talked about this.
He can't hear you talking?
No, he's upstairs. Security guard's upstairs. I'm down in the depths here.
Right.
I'm under the court.
Got you.
Man, my man Shlomo. I talked to him before. Come on, Shlomo.
You're going to have to let that know. I forgot about Mustafa Fall's shooting. The free throw shots. Man, we need to get some follow through going here.
We need to get him some lessons with Shaq. He says he makes them when it counts. Well, I think Mustafa Fall is the all-time 2-point percentage leader in EuroLeague history.
Right.
And then, a below 50% free throw shooter. Oh, that's an unfortunate kick because that would have been an easy 2 for Olympiacos there.
Yeah.
Little empty corner action with the 4. Olympiacos loves to run that stuff. They run a lot of actions with the 4. Usually most teams switch it. And then they're content to play either post defense or mismatch, whatever, with the 4 in the post. But no switch by Barcelona there. And that's what gave Cannon the open look. It was a little deep, but he was unable to get it to go. I wanted Mustafa Fall to shoot that elbow jumper.
Wow. Does he have that kind of range on the jump shot?
I don't know, but he gave it a look, that's for sure. But Thomas
I don't
Walkup
think
struggles
so.
from 3 continue. We talked about it before the show, Mike. Only shooting 21% from 3 this series. Has not gotten one to go yet this game. I think he needs he needs something to go, get his confidence up, because they're going to need him down the stretch here for sure. He's such an important piece for this Olympiacos club.
Yeah, I agree. I'm thinking it's going to be like a steal to a layup to kind of just get your juices flowing, make an easy one. This was a great play by Petrusev. I thought it was an irrational drive. There was nowhere to go, but he's lucky enough to get the call on Vesely and acts like he's shooting to get to the line. Hey, sometimes it's better to be a little bit more lucky than good. I'll take 2 the hard way. Yeah.
So, Mike, we talked about philosophies a little bit last week, mentality, stuff like that, preparation. Give us your quick 15-second answer. What's your mentality when you go to the free throw line? What's going through your mind?
Relax, take many deep breaths before I get to the line, and then
Not
you've
an
done
exact
this.
amount?
What? No, it depends on how tired I am, how much I just recently ran. As long as I get my heartbeat to calm down, beautiful pass. And I love you sitting on the rim, Vesely. That's how it needs to be done. But yeah, once you get your breath and your wind to calm down, then you just get right into your routine. You've already done it so many times in practice. That's all it is, just another practice shot. And think of it that way.
You think of it as a practice shot. I like that. That's relaxing.
Yeah, just something that you've already done so many times.
All right, good one. Well, next time we get to a free throw, I will share mine. But Lapro continuing his strong play after 13 points in the first half. Beautiful dime there to Vesely. He looks off the help, gets that corner man going back to the corner with his eyes. I love that stuff, those little details. He got
The
that
same
assist because of
backboard.
an eye fake.
Yeah, that's big time. That's when you know you have the chemistry with your teammates. But I was going to say he gets the goaltend with the same backboard that Jabari Parker slapped in the first half. That wasn't called.
Well, 2 wrongs don't make a right. It's definitely the right call. And Alex Abrines, finally, another Barcelona player able to make a 3. The only 2 3-point field goals made so far for Barcelona before that one were from Lapro. Abrines gets it to go. No surprise there. That man has been shooting the ball at a high level for a long time.
Woo!
And just like we said needed to happen, Thomas Walkup with the bounce back 3. His first of the night. Olympiacos' second, I believe. That's a big-time shot, Mike. That can get him going. That's going to get the boys going. You know he's going to be juiced up.
Yeah, big time answer. To go from 8, opportunity to go down double digits if you don't get a bucket. Huge answer from Thomas Walkup. Then he's going to continue to play the good defense on La Provitola. Luckily for Olympiacos, they were sleeping, and Abrines misses the wide open 3.
Yeah, great
Wow.
set.
Could have been dangerous. Milutinov, yeah, take the contact, get another team foul. That's great. But we have a timeout, so we'll be back after the Turkish Airlines flight time. There you have it. Jokubaitis with the strange mean mug after face. But as he was dunking that when it was live, I thought, wow, I thought he was gonna lay it up. So big props to the young fella getting up there with the two-hand slam. Rokas Jokubaitis had a great few interactions there in the first half. We'll see if he can pick it up in the second half. We used to have the counter on the Turkish Airlines flight time, but that's no longer a thing. I guess guys didn't have the bounce.
I was always so intrigued if he jumped for 0.8 seconds or for 0.9 seconds. And now we'll never know.
Yeah. Not everybody has that Josh Nebo bounce.
Very true. Very few people in the world have that Josh Nebo bounce. I think you can probably count them on one hand.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And speaking of Josh Nebo, I've been reading a lot about him on the internet, Twitter, and things like that.
You mean Josh Nimbo, right? Josh Nimbo.
Yeah, there we go.
That's what the pen owner called him.
Yeah, I like it. I see what you're doing. However, I was gonna say, shout out to Josh. He had a great season, but even more so, great playoffs. Really made his stock rise. I don't know if he's signed for next year, whether it's Maccabi or another team. There's a lot of rumors floating around, but yeah, I wanted to shout him out. He played fantastic.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He was tremendous all season. He definitely deserves all the attention he's getting. We see it too, all the rumors and stuff. We always give him a hard time when he comes into the locker room, and when we saw on Twitter, like, oh, hey, Josh, heard you're going to Ephes, heard you going to Milan, heard you going, pretty much every team in the EuroLeague wants him, and I can see why. I can see why. He's a big time player, game changer.
Yeah, you're right. And let's give the fans some of that inside action. So as a teammate, when you read it, are you like, man, Josh didn't even tell me about this? How come I don't know about it? Or do you guys bring it up like, Josh, is this true? Or what's going on with that?
I mean, we bring it up more to Josh because Josh is the biggest troll on the team and he messes with everybody. Oh. So you need stuff to mess with him back. So it's really just ammo to mess with him back. Like, and there have been other rumors that I've seen, like regarding Lorenzo and stuff, like where Zoe's going to go next year. But because me and Zoe are like super cool and like everything is like, it's not like that. Our relationship is not like that. I'm not bringing up like, oh, hey, Zoe, heard you're going so-and-so next year. But because Josh is like always messing with everybody, it's like, oh, yeah, well, I heard you're signing with Milan next year, Josh. I heard you're signed with so-and-so. So it's really just has to do with Josh being a troll.
So as you were telling that, what a play by Vesely.
Petrus crazy sequence.
Yeah, very upset he didn't get the foul call, but that was the play. Walkup gets the steal, the poke from behind. If he would have got that layup to fall, they would have tied the game, and here's Ricky Rubio being a pest.
I mean, look at that energy. It looks like he started to lose it a little bit before. I got no issues with that one. He lost it on his way up. I mean, maybe there's a little contact later, but I got no issue with that one. I don't know. It looked like there was a lot of contact over there on that sideline with Rubio, but unable to get it to go.
I think the referees were in agreement with you. Maybe they missed all the contact from Rubio, so they call the moving screen on Vesely to get him back. But if you're Olympiacos, you've been fighting this whole time to try to get back in the game, try to tie the game. Vesely, super hot, does not like that call.
I've done that throw the water thing more times than I care to count. The poor water bottle doesn't do anything wrong, doesn't deserve that kind of treatment, but
yeah, that's a clear foul to me. Ricky Rubio, he fights over the top, but he forces Isaiah Cannon to fall. So there's no Isaiah Cannon's not falling without that push from Ricky Rubio.
Well, Cannon's going to go for the line. They're in the bonus. That is definitely wow, a rare miss from Isaiah Cannon. Didn't even do the commentator's curse that time. That was can't even
Yep.
blame us for that one. But that is big. The teams have struggled to score so far this game, and to be able to go to the line in the bonus is big. And now Olympiacos also has a lot of fouls to give down here
Yeah.
at the end of this third quarter. They should be really aggressive and absolutely cannot give up any easy buckets here to Barcelona, knowing that you got so many fouls to give.
Yeah. Interestingly, we have Thomas Walkup on Ricky Rubio. I would have figured that he'd be on Sadaransky trying to pressure full court and put Isaiah Cannon on Ricky Rubio, kind of a
Well,
non-scorer,
Rubio,
non-shooter.
but he's a really good creator, averaging 5 assists per game in this series. That's a very big number. And if you can shut down that creation, we've seen how effective he's been on the defensive end, how active, all those steals. Not known for scoring the ball, but if you can cut down those assists, that's a big time defensive assignment as well.
Good feats by Milutinov. Stops the play, side out.
Like Barcelona, 3 for 21 from three. Olympiacos, 2 for 13.
Wow. Yeah, those are brutal numbers. Shooting just about the same percentage. Oof. It's going to be that one big three at the end of the game that just really breaks the back of the opponent.
Oh, nice late switch there from Papa Nicolau. Gets right into the passing lane. I am surprised we haven't seen Alec Peters yet this quarter, Mike. He was good in the first half. I don't know if coach has forgotten about him or what. I mean, you could even move him to the three, keep Petrusev at the four, but I want Alec Peters in the game.
Hmm. Both times that McKissic has driven, we've talked about, he had Milutinov ceiling down low. I think you got to drop it down to the big guy. I know McKissic's such a good driver, but play inside out for a little bit. You haven't been doing that much. All right, Jake, we have a YouTube question. Jake, what was your reaction to the circus shot from Cleveland yesterday?
I thought he got fouled. That's what I thought. I thought Lasort hits his arm, and that's why AC backed rim. AC does not. He's not going to back rim a dunk. That dude is such a crazy athlete. But yeah, that's what I think about it.
Got it.
What did you think about it, Mike?
um, yeah, well, first of all, I thought he was going to just drop the hammer. So for him to do it like that, then yeah, probably going to be some contact, probably a missed call.
Good foul. Very good foul from Thomas Walkup. He's got the mismatch on Parker. He knows he's got 2 fouls to give with 40 seconds left. Even though that's his third, he's in good shape now. 3 fouls through
Yeah.
3 quarters. He's in good shape. He's back in the rhythm. He made that big three. The boys are tied for Olympiacos. Good quarter from Thomas Walkup. Good bounce back. That's tough to do after early foul trouble.
Ooh. Milutinov really been in the right place at the right time for some of these rebounds.
Yeah, he's been so active. He's been really good for Olympiacos tonight.
Yep, yep.
Last shot for Barca, Lapro and Hernan Gomez. Looks like we're going to get a stack action with Abrines, a little back screen on the big. Another good foul. Maybe could have gone another second or two. But anyway, Barcelona's going to have plenty of time to set something up. And let's see if they go back to the to that Spanish pick and roll, stack pick and roll. What's your preferred terminology, Mike? Is it stack? Is it Spanish?
I like the stack call. I don't even know if it came from Spain. Like, are we certain of that? But yeah, I always called it stack. Ooh. All right. What a
Just
slugfest. Great quarter by Olympiacos to get it tied 40-40. We have a dogfight going into the fourth quarter here. Look at that. The coach pumping up Isaiah Cannon to get him right for the fourth quarter. We'll check the highlights and we'll be back.
all right. Welcome back, and we're gonna have a good finish for you here tonight. Tied up at 40 apiece. Might be a bit of a surprising number for you, but knowing Olympiacos and their bruising defensive style, no surprise here. Tie game is going to be an exciting finish. We got the last 10 minutes of quarterfinal action, and if it's anything like the rest of these EuroLeague playoffs, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. We got a slugfest. That's the word Mike used. Not a whole lot of offense to speak of, but the defensive pressure is just everywhere. Bodies on the floor, seemingly every possession. Each offensive rebound coming up big. Each steal and run out coming up big because there's just not a chance to get easy buckets otherwise. So any sort of cheap bucket, whether it's a steal and a run out or an offensive rebound and a stick back, even a three off an offensive rebound, it's going to be really big in these next 10 minutes. It's all on the line here, Mike. 10 minutes to go to Berlin to be the last team to face off against the number one seeded Real Madrid. What's going to be the difference here?
I think it's going to be the rebounding. You say it, the kickouts from the offensive rebounds, but all offensive rebounds are crucial here because of the missed shots. So if you can get the board, maybe you can get a quick and one on the layup or a kick out three. You shoot such high percentage on that. You talk about that all the time. Milutinov, the absolute best offensive rebounder. Look at that. Draws the foul on Willy Hernan Gomez. Man, I think back when he was in Cheska and I was in Milan, I swear Milutinov had 10 offensive rebounds against us. And
yeah, I think you're right.
It's just not a surprise after watching him. Like, he's just so big. He's very nimble for how heavy and big he is. He's got great positioning. So I think it's going to come down to rebounding.
Well, Olympiacos with 10 offensive rebounds now. Barcelona with 11. So a slight lead for Barcelona there. But look at these shots that Olympiacos is shooting.
Yeah.
It's two crazy difficult shots that Papa Nicolau is forced to heave up at the end of the shot clock. Not the way Coach Bartzokas wanted to start the quarter, I'm sure. Ooh, dangerous pass. Nice action. Nice action. Lapro getting to the paint makes it all happen once again. You got to find a way, I think, to keep him out of the paint, whether it's a hedge or a switch, whatever you want to do. You let him put the defender on his back. We still don't have a name for that, by the way. But you let him put the defender on his back and get into the paint. It's just and another offensive rebound from Milutinov. But it's so hard to defend. He draws your whole defense in. And then Ricky Rubio with the nice little closeout attack. You're at such a disadvantage when the ball gets that's the heart of your defense. When it gets in that deep, you're really fighting uphill to try to get a stop after that.
Yeah, paint touches is what it's all about. Yeah, late whistle there by the referee, but the right call. Hernan Gomez is going to be going to the line. Interesting of note, still no Alec Peters. Petrusev going the distance so far here in the second half. I wonder if he had an injury in the first half and they shut him down at halftime. Very curious to learn about that. I wish we could go to our sideline reporter and ask, but that's an addition in season 3 of the Player's View.
Yeah, that's next year with our referee correspondent.
Yeah.
And what else do we say? Oh, we need a telestrator too to draw circles
Yes.
on the screen.
Yes.
All that on our wish list. Speaking of, don't forget, keep getting your questions in, guys. Either on the YouTube stream or over on Twitter, on X. Let's hear from you. We got the last 8 minutes here of the quarterfinals. Who knows what is in store for the Players' View with the Final Four? I hope we'll be able to do some games, but who knows? Take advantage of all the wisdom of the president of CNR Capital while he's here with you.
You're great, Jake. I appreciate that.
I should be getting paid for this plug, by the way. Can CNR send me a check for this promo? Put me on payroll, man.
Consulting agreement coming right up.
Seriously. Nice finish there. The footwork, the fake. That's some high-level big man play right there from Hernan Gomez. He's right to be fired up. Let's go. A little reverse pivot. Gets the fake to get his balance right. Giving his guys the 3-point lead. Vamos.
Almost. I always hated whenever you get super hyped up like that and you're screaming, yelling at the crowd, hyping everybody up. Get so lightheaded and tired immediately after.
Let's listen to Coach Grimau, and I'll tell you my story about that. All right, so you mentioned the lightheadedness from after you get super pumped up. That's actually never happened to me. Like when I've been on the court or made a big play. Like if I make a big shot or I make an and one and I get super juiced. I've never gotten lightheaded, but there have been plenty of times where I'm on the bench and I'm sitting down and I jump up because one of my teammates just made a big play and I almost pass out because I jumped up so quickly and I'm so excited that I need to hold on to the LED in front of me to stop from passing out. So there have been a few pictures of our bench of everyone else going crazy and me with my head down on the LED because I almost black out on the bench because I got lightheaded.
Just trying to get some visibility back in your eyes. You're like, please come back.
Yeah, just don't fall over. Don't fall over.
That's great. That's great. True teammate you are.
All right, so the foul situation thus far in the fourth quarter. Barcelona already with 3. Olympiacos again with fouls to give here in the fourth. We'll see if that becomes a factor down the stretch. We talked about Barcelona not switching with the 4 early in the game. They are now. I don't know whether that's De Silva being in the game, using him as an on-ball defender, or what. But either way, it's working out, forcing Olympiacos into tough shots. And I'm sure they're going to talk about this and review it, but that is a very normal foul to me. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, just contact, that's all. Ricky Rubio just with the blatant contest verbally to the referees after. I hope that's not the determining factor. All right. So it's a coach's challenge, I believe.
I hope so.
Let's listen in. Oh man, I hate to see that called. I completely disagree. He's just running towards the ball because you got to put pressure on the drive. It's just some contact. Yeah, it's nothing ferocious. Mmm. Points are at such a premium in this game. You give them 2 free ones to a great free throw shooter. Oh, that hurts bad, bad, bad.
Yeah, yeah, that hurts me too. That hurts me too. Barcelona got a chance now to extend their lead after being up five. After being up five, now Olympiacos and Barcelona tied up with 3 fouls apiece now. 2 shots and the ball. Such a big momentum shift. That arena's going crazy now after that call. It's a big moment here for Olympiacos. They're going to have to really battle back against that momentum, against that noise now. And that's a good possession to do it with. They got to finish, though, with a rebound.
Oh, oh, that was nasty. I hope Petrushev is okay. He took a nasty fall. Yeah, walking a little bit gingerly. Oh.
All right, looks like he's okay. He's up and at him. That's good to see.
Still no Alec Peters. Also, Luke Sigma did not suit up today.
No Alec Peters is really, really surprising. I hope he is okay as well, because I feel like at this point, a healthy Alec Peters would be in the game.
Right. I agree. Nico Milutinov, so mad at himself he couldn't get that one to fall, but great move to get through the 3 defenders.
That's not an easy
Almost gets it
finish.
to go.
He's surrounded.
Yeah.
He is surrounded.
Yeah.
Give yourself a break, big fella.
He ballerinaed through there. Mm.
Oof. All right, so you gave your free throw mentality. I'll give mine. Mine is all
Yes.
about breathing. All about
Yep.
breathing. Everything I do at the line is timed up to inhales and exhales. I find it's really easy for me if I focus on that to I can take away any other distraction. I'm able to just like lock in on okay, inhale with this step, exhale with this dribble, inhale with the spin, exhale when I shoot, and I'm not thinking about don't be short, don't be long, we need this point, the crowd is loud, I just made a mistake, blah blah blah. I can really just lock in on those things. And then from there, the muscle memory really takes over. So that's what I do with the line.
Well, you shoot a great percentage, so to all you young hoopers out there, take note. We do have a YouTube question. Who is the funniest teammate you ever had? I'm
Ooh.
curious to see if we're going to have the same one. My first answer, Jeremy Pargo.
Yeah, he jumped out to me as well. Pargo is a really funny dude. Joe Ingles also. Joe is so
Mm.
funny. Yeah. I don't think you ever played against him because he was in the EuroLeague before your time, I think.
I
And
did when
then
he was at Barcelona, actually. I was in
oh, okay.
Spain.
Yeah, Joe is one of the funniest dudes I've ever met. I mean, I think being Australian and just everything being in the accent helps, but he is
Mhm.
so funny. I love him so much. And he was my roommate, so I got extra time with Joe. Yeah, those two definitely. Pargo, Joe Ingles.
Thank you for the question. That was great. But as that was happening, Petrusev picked up his 4th foul, and Papa Nicolau checked in at the 4. So definitely there's got to be an
Yeah,
injury with
something
Alec
happened.
Peters, or else he'd be in the
Yeah,
game.
something. Something happened. That's unfortunate because they could have used him, man. He's had such a great year. His ability to make shots, his ability to cut off the ball is great. That's a
Mhm.
big weapon for Olympiacos that looks like they're not going to have the rest of the way. Oh man, look at that. PIR of -9.
Is that
That's a
accurate?
rough one. That's a rough one
Let's
from
double
Kalinic.
check that.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that one too. Makes sense. He's 0 for 4 from 2. He's 0 for 4 from 3, and 4 fouls. Yeah, that'll do it. I mean, index is it's only a number, right? There's plenty of other ways he can play well without focusing on the index, but he hasn't got any of his shots to fall, and he's just got fouls. So that's going to be a rough one. But Olympiacos
Be-
able to cut the lead to 1 after just seemingly only shooting free throws these last few possessions.
yeah, yeah.
And I mean, that's one way to score. They can't seem to find any other way. So maybe just keep being aggressive, keep trying to attack the rim, and play with ultimate physicality, and just try to keep getting to the line. Big shot, huge shot from the non-shooter. They say Shaq McKissick steps right into it with the right left, raise up. You see, Kalinic is seemingly content to allow that shot, and that is a big one because it gives Olympiacos back the lead. They're going to take a timeout, Mike. Wow, 2-point. That's big time. 2-point lead for Olympiacos.
Definitely big time to get over that mental hurdle. They've been hanging around. Barcelona has not put them away. Good things happen when you hang around. Let's listen to Coach Grimal in the timeout.
All right, Mike, what are you drawing up here for Barcelona? Time for time. We haven't heard the Coach Michael Roll hat too much tonight. Put it on.
Yeah, Coach Michael Roll hat. First of all, I'm subbing Kalinic. I think he would be done for me in the game. Um, looks like he might
Brutal.
have been. See Abrinas over there. It's just the truth. I mean, I got to win as the coach, but I think the best option that you have is as much Lapro and Vesely pick and roll as you can, preferably on the side with a clear corner. Pick and pop for Vesely, or let Laprovitila kind of get to his mid range where he's very efficient as well.
Well, Lapro taking a rest right now, but Rubio running the pick and roll. What a big time rebound from Milutinov. Holding off
And I know,
Vesely with one arm, cuffs it with the other.
yep. And I know I was going to say, I know Coach Grimal and Ricky Rubio are friends. They played together, all that, but I'm not so sure I would even have Ricky Rubio in the game at this point either.
Well, he has been a game changer, but really only on the defensive end of the court tonight.
Yeah. Yep.
Offensively hasn't shown so much. He had that nice little mid-range jumper earlier in the game, but that's a tough finish through contact from Alex Abrinas, and that's a big bucket for them. They had gone quiet for a while after going up 5. Another little run for Olympiacos, and that's a big-time response. You can hear how the crowd appreciates that big-time bucket from Alex Abrinas. And look at these hedges from Vesely. He goes to half court and still recovers in time. Uh, you know, Nigel Williams-Goss is going to be wondering what happened there, how he lost the ball.
So are they
What are
checking
they
to see
looking
if
at
there's
here,
any
Mike?
time left on the shot clock? Because you heard the whistle go off, yeah.
All right, Mike. Just clicked over to the YouTube stream. I see a question from our folks over on YouTube. Mike, which city did you like more, Vitoria or Zaragoza?
Oh, great question. I liked Zaragoza more, I had a lot of fun there. I was there for 2 years, so I really, knew my way around the city. Had a great time. Many instances. See, 2 years is a lot different than 7 weeks. I think I was in Basconia. So,
Yeah, that's not really fair.
um, yeah, not fair. I mean, I was living in a not a hotel, but like the long-term living in the hotel, I guess it is. So they had the kitchen and all that. And then I moved like shortly into it. So yeah, different circumstances, but Zaragoza to me was a high level city, so much fun, and right in the middle of Madrid and Barcelona. So anytime I had a day off, I could go take my car or the train and go wander around, get my boogie on.
Nice. Explore Spain. That great food
Yep.
over there. Get some jamon, some Rioja.
Mm. Mm. Jamón ibérico. I wish I had that right now.
Jamon, some olive oil on the bread with the tomato. What's the tomato like paste called? Or like the little
Yeah, I
salsa?
don't know the name of it, but yeah, just
I
crushed
don't know.
tomatoes. So
That's
good.
yeah. So no
Actually,
shot
now
clock
that
to
I think
worry
about
about
it,
because Barcelona wins the tip. What are you thinking about, Mike? More jamon?
I was gonna. It was taking me back. One of my favorite pregame meals of all time was what I had in Spain in Zaragoza. We always had it, and I never had it anywhere else. But it was white rice, cooked bananas, fried eggs, and marinara sauce. Wow, that was
that
phenomenal.
sounds that sounds so gross.
Yeah, sounds gross, but it
Oh
was
man.
great.
Well, we'll get back to the fried bananas and marinara sauce later because I definitely
Yeah,
want to get into
yeah.
that. But Ricky Rubio probably has 10 or 12 deflections tonight. He's been all over the place. There's a deflection there, and then he gets one on the recovery. Still going to be Olympiacos ball, but man, his activity has been impressive. Unable to get the three to go at the other end. You do have to wonder if now is going to be the time that Coach Kermel brings Lapro back in for some more
Yep.
shot making and creation on the offensive end for Barcelona. But either way, let's take a listen to Coach Bartzokas here. All right, Mike. So fried bananas and marinara sauce. What in the world is that?
Yeah, and a fried
Is that a
egg with
thing?
white rice. It was a thing. I don't know how they got it or if they still do it on that team. I'm not sure if it was one player's particular thing, but we had it every road game in a hotel. Oh my God. And I even made my favorite restaurant, Mesa Allueva in Zaragoza. I used to go there like 3 times a week. I made him start making it for me. And oh God, it's phenomenal.
You should make it for Lauren and the kids. See how they like it. Oh, is that a 4 point play for Shaq McKissick? Holy smokes.
Nobody even
With
knew there was a
points
foul. It
added.
was so loud.
Well, hard to tell from that angle what happened, but McKissick did react right away.
Yeah. I think I don't know who it was, but Abrinas maybe swiped at him and kind of got him on the shooting elbow.
Yeah, it was weird because he was fighting around the screen at the same time. So maybe he was perhaps a little bit closer than he thought.
Yeah.
And as we predicted, Mike, Lapro back in for Barcelona.
Oh,
Man, Olympiacos at the line tonight really struggled. I believe that's their ninth missed free throw of tonight. If this comes down to the wire, you know that's going to be a big thing on their mind.
wow. Big time plays. Nigel
So
Williams got just
athletic. He just jumps
complete.
around him.
Yeah, with a great layup, but I would say Nigel deserves that play. Oh, probably a tech. Yep, tech coming on Vesely too.
That's got to be
Vesely
a
still
tech, right?
still mad at the other end. He didn't get the call. If the referee did not tee him up, I'll be very
After the
surprised.
technicals, if the technicals we got yesterday, if that's not a tech, Mike,
Wow.
come.
Shaq McKissic's looking like the MVP at the moment. 2 big threes. The nice
I'm
nifty
sorry. I'm
layup.
sorry. I can't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
What do you have to say, Jake? Oh, that might be
No,
game.
this Olympiacos shot making, that's what I have to say because it's tremendous. It's absolutely tremendous. McKissick, big shot. Papa Nicolau getting in on the action. It's a contested shot. That's not an easy look. And finally, Olympiacos getting some shots to go. Look at that fourth quarter they're putting together. They won the third quarter as well. An 8-point lead in this game, Mike, feels like a whole lot more.
It feels like a whole lot more. They've already scored 17 more than any other quarter. Let's see what Coach Grimal can draw up.
Got to try to get some of that body language back for Barcelona, get some positivity going amongst the guys. You still got plenty of time left. 8 points is not insurmountable, but it's gonna start with one possession. That's got to be the focus now. Have one good execution here on offense. Get that building back into it. Can't let those negative thoughts take over, Mike.
No, and if I'm a Barcelona player, like I want to feel a little bit more from Coach Grimal. I need some energy. I need some uplifting words, something, not just drawing this play. You're in a crucial, critical moment of your season, and I need a little bit more. That's a travel.
Well, speaking on that, got to wonder if the moment is in Coach Grimal's head that he is a rookie coach, a lot on the line. He's got the home crowd. He had number 2 seed for a long time this year, dropped to 4. Maybe there's a lot on his mind right now in that huddle.
All right, so big time opportunity. We talked about this on the last broadcast. What the sports psychologist told me, that the other side of opportunity is just pure greatness. If you knock on the door, you take advantage of it. Barcelona in a big hole, but they have this opportunity here. Coach Grimal needs to get his troops settled and get it going.
Oh, big
Good
offensive
fouls.
rebound from Fall.
Yeah.
But good foul. Make him earn it at the line. He's a poor free throw shooter. But you see Vesely battling with him. That's when you'd like someone else to come in and help out. It's a really tough assignment to try to box out these guys one-on-one after they've played pick and roll, because usually the big guy's on the wrong side of him when you're trying to deny after a pick and roll. He's in great position to get that offensive rebound. So usually you need some help from your teammates, stuff like that. But Thomas walk-up 3, not able to get it to go. First free throw, not able to get it to go. These free throw numbers, I hope they don't come back to bite Olympiacos later, because it's been a big problem. Yeah, I saw that one coming. And Abrina's going to go to the line. That's a very, very silly foul.
Oh, we got to be smart while playing with a lead. No time off the clock. Great free throw shooter, sending him to the line. You're playing such good defense. Make more time come off the clock. This is just a rookie move from a veteran. You don't see that often.
You just compound your mistakes of missing a free throw. Missing your free throws is not a big – it happens. Okay. Wow, speaking of.
It happens.
But you make it, yeah, you make it so much worse when you foul, like that on the offensive rebound. Like you said, no time comes off the clock. Barcelona hasn't scored in a while. They're reeling. They're struggling. You give them okay, it could have been 2 points, but you give them a point back. Yeah. Not surprised to see Fall come out after that mental error.
I was going to say great substitution. No way. You knew it was coming. Williams Goss, you just got to not even allow that to be in the situation. Just pass it ahead. You hate to see it.
Olympiacos tonight, 9 for 20 from the line. 9 for 20 as a team. That's good for 45%. I'll save you from having to do the math. That's 45%.
Let me get my Excel sheet out.
I know you went to UCLA, but math is hard sometimes. That's a great offense from Barcelona. They get into the paint. They've been really struggling to get the ball inside consistently. Nice drop off. Vesely with the finish. 5-point game, Mike. Minute 30. I like the Barcelona stepping up the pressure, though. A few traps, some full court press. Going to need that. Going to need every possession they can. They all mean a lot here down the stretch.
Another terrible possession. Oh, goodness sakes.
Oh.
Just 5 points, just like that. Nothing from Olympiacos. They're almost stuck just trying to save time, get it across half court. I think in this situation, Nigel Williams-Goss handled it so well earlier, but not a good shot. I would look somehow to get it to McKissic to get downhill. He's been creating, making a few threes. But walk up with the huge step back. Oh, and it comes down to Milutinov with the offensive rebound, which we've been talking about. If they get a bucket here, it might be enough. Another three.
Back-to-back step-back threes. That's what you get. Okay, Barcelona with a chance.
Oh, and the steal. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, bad place to pick it up.
Papanikolaou handles it so well. Milutinov underneath with the wide open dunk. Gets it to 5.
Oh, no. Wow, what
Papanikolaou. What being a captain is all about.
But I'm going back to the turnover from Lapro.
Yeah.
Seemingly unforced, just trying to dribble his way through the Olympiacos defense by himself, turns it over. McKissic gets on the floor.
Yeah, nice diving steal.
With the dive, and then he doesn't go out of bounds. Let's take a listen to Coach Grimal. Man, the turnover from Lapro, the wherewithal to not go out of bounds. He saves it to his teammate. Barcelona doesn't foul right away. And Papanikolaou finding the big fella. I feel like Barcelona, they didn't know if they were going to trap. They didn't know if they were going to match up. They didn't know if they were going to foul. There was clearly some crossed wires there on that last possession. And Milutinov gets the easiest 2 points of his life. I don't think there was another guy in the paint even, Mike.
Oh, great draw.
That's a set right there. That is an out-of-bounds set. Wow. Tip your cap to Coach Grimal. That was a beauty. But they're still going to have plenty of work to do. McKissic can run the line here.
I don't know if you noticed, but it was a two-pointer. He was stepping on the line.
Well,
yeah,
okay.
Clearly on the line.
Good call. They can check it if they want to get it right.
Yep. Oh, that's a crucial couple centimeters. big toe on the line. Now
What
you
did
only
they call
need
it on
one
the floor,
free throw.
Mike?
They called it a 2.
Okay. Well, look for
But
Barcelona to really step
yeah,
up the
what a
pressure
draw
here.
by Coach Grimau. Oh my goodness, that was beautiful ATO.
Great pass by Satoransky, though. Let him, like, really threw him open,
Yeah.
threw it to the window. So
You'd think he play American
eagle
football.
eye from the referee to see the toe on the line. A 3-point game here, 15 seconds left. Barcelona going to try to trap maybe 1 or 2 traps. I don't think you can let it go past that. I would say trap once and then foul. Yeah. Walk up taking it out. A lot of good free throw shooters on the court for Olympiacos, but that seemingly hasn't helped. They've really struggled from the line. Let's see if that plays a factor here.
All right, so this is where your routine comes into play. A couple deep breaths. We saw Isaiah Cannon miss one earlier, but I trust him to make 2 here. Got the miss out of the way. He's kind of showed that he's built for these tough moments, the pressure. Shoots 82%.
$88 in the regular season, Mike. 88, that's a big number. Probably the only guy you didn't want to foul, and they let the ball go to him. They could have fouled on that first trap or even the second. Ball was passed 2 or 3 times before it got to him. But Olympiacos up 5, a 2-possession game. The Olympiacos owners, they don't want to celebrate too early. They know they got 12 and a half seconds left. They don't want to jinx it. I get it. Oh, that's...
What is Vesely doing?
Just like last week, the game is going to end with a whimper. Trying to get the ball across half court before the clock starts, and Papa Nicolau just jumps in front of him.
Now, I know Vesely was trying to get as far down the court as possible before the time started, but at that point, you got to secure the ball. What are you doing? Vesely, usually a very clutch player, has made some crucial mistakes down the stretch here.
Why? What else? What else has he done?
The moving screen, and then which he didn't get the technical, but he probably should have. Left Milutinov underneath the hoop on the press, when they were scattered. Milutinov got the wide open dunk. And now here, this crucial turnover where you just don't grab the ball. All very big plays.
All right. So up to 6. They can get it to 7, which makes it even more comfortable because then it's arguably a 3-possession game, barring something ridiculous like a 4-point play or anything. But Olympiacos just needs to not foul now. No fouls whatsoever. I do not like how close McKissick was there. But just got to get it in. You can throw it up. I love that. Really smart play. Wow, what a comeback win from Olympiacos. Real gutsy from them in the second half. They win a slugfest and become the second road team to win a Game 5, Mike. They go into Barcelona, Spain, and take down the hosts. Mike, first impressions, man, what a second half from them.
Yeah, first impressions, what a day to change history. Both road teams get it done. I dare say I was almost 3 for 3 on the road wins, but Pana got it done yesterday. Man, this was a great day of basketball. Nick Calathis comes up huge. The Olympiacos team comes up huge at the end. We're going to have to keep our eye on Alec Peters to see what that injury is all about. I would give this win more to the nod of the coaching. Bart Zilkis keeps his cool, gets his teams to calm down, handles the situation. Grimau at the times, he did draw a great ATL. I'll give him that, but I didn't feel the energy when they were down 5 or 7 in the timeout. Bart Zilkis, EuroLeague champion, such a great coach. I think he got it done for them. Look at that. He's with his owners. Yep. Thanks, boss. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks for the bonus.
Yeah.
Man, what a game from Milutinov, though. He was a monster. When they couldn't get anything to go, he was making things happen on the offensive rebound.
Yeah.
He was defending Barcelona bigs. Tremendous. Deserves the MVP tonight, in my opinion. What a huge, huge performance from the big fella. He has spent a large amount of time out with injury in the latter half of this season. Comes back. Hats off to you, Milutinov. Tremendous performance here tonight.
Yep. And thank you to everybody who is watching us on YouTube. We appreciate your comments. We hope you had a great time. So that's going to be